Hi, my name is Emily, and this is my video on an ESOL reading strategy. Let me apologize for my voice first. I've been sick all week, and it's just now starting to come back. But the strategy I chose for my class is a picture walk. The Miami-Dade ESOL Strategies Matrix defines a picture walk as a pre-reading strategy, which would be an examination of the text looking at pictures to gain an understanding of the story and to elicit story-related language in advance. This strategy and the book that I picked in particular would probably suit a pre-production student the best at the kindergarten level. Most everything that I do is going to be at the kindergarten level since that's kind of where I want to teach at. So it's definitely better for the younger kids. I don't think this would work super well for the older kids or for anybody that had a good handle on the English language so far. The book I picked, though, is an English-Spanish blend. We're also a bilingual house, so there's not a whole lot of 100% English books lying around. But I think for my purposes tonight, this would work pretty well. I don't think that this would be a good book in the classroom. It has the translations right on the page, so it's not really encouraging thinking or looking outside the box or reading something in a different language when your language is printed right there on the page. So I do think a book like this with a couple simple lines of text on each page and big bright pictures that explain what the words say would be best, though, for this kind of experiment. So that's why I went ahead and chose this book. But the other thing that I referenced is an info sheet from Fox Meadow Elementary School. It had some really, really good examples of picture walks and how to use it in the classroom really effectively. So I'll cite those in my paper later, but that's what I'm referencing through this. So the materials you need are really just whatever book you are having the students read. You could also supplement by having a whiteboard where you write like the students' answers if it's a class activity. If you're just working one-on-one with a kid, obviously you wouldn't quite need that. So, but really you could go pretty simple with this and just have the book that the kids are reading. So in this case, I chose the book Mickey is Happy by Richard Durstein. Yeah, it's obviously a little bilingual, but so let's look at the front cover. You'd ask the kids what they think the story is about. So in this case, hopefully they would say happy or joy or Mickey or Disney or anything like that. Mickey's a pretty universal symbol, so I think that would work very well if you're trying to connect kids to the lesson without them really knowing everything that's going on. So the next step, you'd ask them to turn the page. What do you see? What do you think's happening? So the focus here is really only on the pictures. They're not being asked to read anything over here. They're just being asked to look at the picture and say things like, oh, happy, smile, bright, Disney, Mickey, anything like that like shows they're looking at the pictures and understanding, kind of. So at that point, keep going through and keep looking at the pictures and everything like that. If they stumble across a word, so they say blue instead of sad, you could talk about things that go with blue and emotions and things like that. So you could connect it a lot easier with whatever words that come out of their mouth from looking at the picture. You could lead them to the correct word. With general storybooks that have a plot, unlike this one, you would ask them what's coming next, what questions do you have, things like that. At the very end, you'd go, well, what do you think happens next? And then the book would be over. And in this case, the book is over. So here we are. It's a really simple little book. I think it'd be good to have in the classroom. I'm not sure that I would necessarily teach from it. It's a little too simple to teach from, but it could be really good. So that's my reading strategy. Thanks, guys.